Good evening. I am Janie Daly. I am a psychic life coach. I'm also a nurse. Um, I believe in living your life and your passions to the fullest. So I'm actually going to say good evening to my light workers because if you are watching this, this means that you have contracted with God to help as many people as possible here. And by doing so, you do that in your spare time, you do that in your work. But I'm changing topic completely this evening. Tonight, I was going to talk about spiritual growth. Because there's so much stuff coming up. And especially for all of us, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. So hello, Miss Dawn and Miss Renee. How are you? Welcome. How are you guys doing? How are you ladies doing? Because I am going to we are going to talk about something tonight that's going to be a little kind of like all over the place. But let's talk about being a light worker. Right now, it seems to be a very difficult time. Like one thing after the other. It feels like one thing after the other will go wrong or it goes wrong. Good. I'm glad you guys are good. So, but okay, Renee. Okay, Renee, let's do it this way. And I'll do all my other stuff at the end that I'm supposed to do. I like to just get started. But being intuitive, spiritual people, we are different. We just really are. And there's things, there were things going on with me through my life that were happening, and I didn't know why. I didn't know why it was happening. I just had faith that it was happening for a good reason, but I didn't know why. Now I do. The first thing, you guys, is the feeling of not belonging, feeling different than other people, than most people. But we are incredibly sensitive people. Hello, Miss Jerry. Hello, welcome. But my phone keeps calling Jerry. I feel so bad too. So I'm like, what? And I'm like, who is here now? You want me to just call Miss Jerry and then you can talk to her? It'll just be my phone will just do random calls to people, and especially people that I haven't spoken to on the phone in a long time. So, I don't know. But anyway, so I'm addressing the fact of we are around this time, a lot of us are going through spiritual growth spurts, a spiritual growth spurt. And with this, we're already sensitive people. We are. And and it's okay to show your sensitivity. It's okay. It's really okay. Because, I don't know, I grew up more of a tomboy, so I was too tough to show my sensitive side. But now, right now, so Renee, I'm going to ask you if this is wait. Oh, hello, Miss Renee. Oh, I love Renee Scuddy. Oh, thank you, Miss Renee. Okay. Hello, Miss Karen. I don't like when other people do that. And it's just get to the content. Stop saying hi to everybody. But it's nice to say hi to everybody. Oh, I love you guys, girls. Okay, but anyway, so what we're going to talk about is it is a very hard time for people like us right now. We are going through spiritual growth spurts. It's funny because a lot of people are like, oh, Mars is in retrograde. Mars has been in retrograde since I was 40. And that was a while ago, let me tell you. It's spiritual growth spurts. And what a lot of us, I don't know how to explain this, but it just seems that the way that we grew up was so different, so very different. It was nice. It was actually easy. I mean, I'm not talking about being single parents, being easy and this and that, but like with finances and stuff, everything was pretty normal for what the better word of normal is. But now, you guys, wow. And I think I didn't really recognize a lot of this stuff because even though my mom passed, for those of you who really know me, and I do talk about it, I was actually very sheltered. Like God totally sheltered me. I was never exposed to any like psychic things. And now as an adult, I know why. Because I am a very intuitive soul. I am different. I like being kind to everyone. And sometimes that's, I guess, not to my advantage, but I don't know. I'm always going to be kind to everybody, but because I feel like everybody has bad and good. Even those that are supposedly bad, there's got to be a little bit of good in there somewhere. But oh yeah, like at the parties when they were playing, like, the Ouija board stuff and all that, I never had attended something like that. And then, as you guys know, I lived in Virginia Beach when I was 16 for a while, and I never even heard of the Edgar Casey Center. And nobody ever mentioned it to me. That's the biggest thing, because you guys, that's how we learn things. Life is like the game of Clue. And as you're going through life, you meet someone. That's why it's like put down the phones when you're out and about, because you meet somebody, and you'll meet somebody who has valuable information for you, and you may have valuable information for them. You know what I mean? So, hello, David, you're new. Welcome. But you will have valuable information for them too. So it's like that game of Clue, which each step that you go on, you're getting information that is needed. And I feel like by being on the phones all the time, that we just miss a lot of clues, a lot of good clues. But but anyway, there's just so much for us right now. We are going through a spiritual level. Let me explain. The spiritual level is all of a sudden you start to feel like you don't feel like yourself. You definitely don't feel like yourself. Because normally I'm a kind of get up in the morning like, woo, hey, everybody. Take the animals out. I do like pig lottie runs. Oh, that's a weird story. But pig lottie runs with the cat. Just really like, oh, yay, it's a wonderful day. Kind of like Mr. Rogers, but I guess I'm going to kind of admit that. But then there's times, especially lately, it's like, don't talk to me. No, I'm not that bad, but I'm irritable and I'm impatient right now. And there's just sometimes I just don't want to deal, This is spiritual growth. You kind of feel like you feel when you're coming down with something, when you're getting sick. You'll be exhausted too. Oh my gosh, the exhaustion is just like, you need toothpicks for your eyeballs to be able to keep them open. But what happens? And it can last anywhere from 2 days to 7 days. For some reason, the other side is not good with time. Yeah, time's not their forte, because it's like their idea. I mean, I see it, how life is going by so quickly now. I mean, I know you all see it. It's like life is, whoa. I mean, we're in March. I feel like, it was just Christmas. Wow. But it does go by quickly. But unfortunately, when you're going through a spiritual growth, it doesn't feel real fast. Anyway, get rest when you can. I know we all have to work, but try to get rest when you can. And I gotta tell you, my biggest thing, like I do talk to Jesus, I talk to God, but I really ask Archangel Michael, please let me be nice today. Please, please, please give me patience. Because I just feel like also when we're feeling like this, there's a lot of bad out there too. So you want to be protected. And I recommend that surround yourself in the white light of the Holy Spirit. Envision yourself in a white bubble, okay? And it's like a plastic bubble so that no one can get in, of course, except your divine family. But after, I'm going to say the most it's 4 days. At the most it's not at the most it's 7, but in the middle and more common is 4 days, not 2 days. That's very rare, especially around this time of year right now. But when you feel better, you love everybody again. And your psychic ability is scary in a good way. That's a really good thing. Your sixth sense is so sharpened. Now, the sixth sense is connected to the other 5 senses. So your other 5 senses also may be heightened. Like your sense of smell will all of a sudden be heightened. And you could be like, oh my gosh, I'm somebody who always had allergies and I can never smell. But now I'm like smelling everything. Everything. There's good and there's bad. Because one of the things too, with people like us, and again, we're light workers and we're good people. We try our best, we do try our best. But you will be able to be around someone who does not care for you. But you'll know, and you'll know it. You'll know it. But just don't act towards it, though. Don't act towards it. Always be kind. Just remember, people that hurt you, that hurt others, are people that are hurting. They're hurting. So it's like, and they don't need one more person against them. So, and I try to live by that. The only time I kind of lose it is when somebody is just completely rude and there's no reason for the rudeness. And, and it seems like some people are just okay with just being rude to people. And they very much will just show you who they like. And you won't be on that list. So, and then to do that, like during a spiritual growth, oh, not good. But anyway, also I want to, you just feel different. You are different. We are different. And it's so darn great to be different. Don't ever change your difference. You're beautiful, and that's what counts. Remember, beauty is actually within. Beauty is within. Beauty does come within. When you are beautiful inside, meaning you're kind to others, laugh. So what? People are going to think you're nuts. So what? Oh my gosh, my animals bring me so much joy, especially my dog, because she's like Miss Two Balls. She always has to have the 2 balls in her mouth, and like she will, the way that she's like slick chick and catches it like she's so cool, cracks me up. I know my neighbors must think I'm a little weird, and I am a little weird, but it's nice to laugh. And I'll tell you too, if you want to help to kind of slow down aging, work on inside. Forget the plastic surgery and that plumping. Don't. But inside. Be joyful, be happy, be kind, and learn to laugh. So you guys, with that, ex-husband is mean. I know. But remember, people that are hurt, they turn around and hurt others. You always have to do, and this is like, Dawn, Renee, I'm going to address your comment. This is with everybody. Exactly. Kindness always, but sometimes, especially during a spiritual growth, kindness doesn't always. It's like, I'm going to count to 5. 5. But you also, when you deal with people like your ex-husband, everybody's going through some kind of trauma. Everybody. Which you guys, Don't ever believe it when somebody says, oh, you're 30 years old. Or even, I've even heard people, you're 25 years old. Get over your childhood. No, we are given a bunch of stuff dumped on us at the very beginning of life. And we are figuring that out, learning lessons from that until the day we literally go home. This is school, guys. Remember, always, this is school. You are learning. And I don't mean to sway away from Renee's situation, but remember, you're always learning. Okay, always. And as you work on your insides, meaning be kind, be happy, laugh at stuff that would normally set you off. Like if something's dirty, oh well. I had a wonderful Dr. Barnett when I was, young, my first baby. Jamie, the dust is always gonna come back. Dirt always comes back. But your children as babies, not gonna come back. Enjoy it. And he's right. He's right. You guys, it's like laugh. Here's the thing too. They talk about, remember the secret stuff, right? But actually, if you just go ahead, laugh, breathe, be kind, because you're working on your insides, you feel better. You actually feel better. You feel more positive, actually, because you get up in the morning, yes, I'm going to have a positive day today. And then you're thinking of all these curse words. That doesn't work. Maybe it does for some people. But what works is think of something funny. I always put things like in my kitchen or around that have really had me cracking up in life. And it's like I look back on that memory and I'm like, ha ha ha. And remember, my neighbors must think I'm crazy because it's not like I'm married or anything. Anyway, but laugh, kindness. Okay. Because you have we always have like trauma and things that we're working through, especially if you don't remember your childhood. If you don't remember your childhood, that's because your brain knew that it was too traumatic for you to remember some things. Always work on yourself. Always, no matter how old you are. Like, God bless you, Jeannie. At 76, she left a marriage that she was in for 35 years. But she wasn't happy anymore. And then when she asked him to, he said he wasn't happy. So they went separate ways, and she is beautiful because, again, she's happy. She's enjoying her life. But if you know that something's not working in your life and you don't address it, you are stuck. You are literally, your soul is stuck. And I got to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to come back again and do the same path. I'm going to pass on that because it seems like if you go home and you're not finished everything that you came to complete, then you'd give it another try. And it's not always going to be identical, but it's going to be pretty much the same kind of play. Don't allow yourself to be stuck. When you allow yourself to be stuck, you're not happy. Everything looks like negative. You'll be sick a lot. And it'll be sick too, like just stress illnesses, because then you're stuck and you're like a big old magnet. And just all the negative stuff is just coming and it's going to cling on you. The goal is fix inside, do what you feel you need to do. And you'll find that the magnet attracts good stuff, good things, the miracles, the blessings, they do happen. But you have to do the work. You can't keep putting it off. So like Renee, I feel like and this is you're bringing this thought up in my head now. You have to, I'm going to use Jeannie again as the example, Renee. Jeannie, for years, had said to her husband, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that if you don't do this, this, this. And he didn't do it, and she didn't change. She didn't do anything. Men, I hate to say men are like children, because to a guy in a marriage, a woman could be like a child. But it's like, if you make empty promises, they don't believe you. So they're not going to make it work for you, and they're going to continue to treat you the same way that they've always treated you. So Renee, with your ex, don't fight with him, because that just doesn't do any good. It doesn't matter. It's like you speak English and he speaks another language. It doesn't work out. Sometimes you have to do a mediator. Sometimes you must do a mediator. Some people even do the mediator as a form of counseling for the kids. But just, the important thing is, never feel sorry for someone and stay in a situation that makes you uncomfortable. Never do that, because remember, this is your life. You're a light worker. You came here to help as many people and as many causes as possible. So you have to do what you came to do. Also, I did want to remind you guys, no microwave. I actually picked up a meal the other day and it looked good. So I read it, only microwave. Don't microwave. Please don't. Don't carry your cell phone on your body. Don't do it. Go in, look. If you have an iPhone, you can go in and look to the system stuff. And it does talk about, the rays. What is it called? You know what I mean? The electronic stuff that's not good for you, that can actually cause cancer. Because if you guys remember, back in the day, we used to have our phone plans, and the phone plans you had certain, a couple minutes. So and this is before texting. Yeah, so even with the phone, yeah, if you look in it, it actually gives you a warning about putting it on your body. So, but yeah, I couldn't believe it with the microwave. So I'm looking at this food that it looks so good. And then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do the microwave. That's the other way to cook it. There was no other way, only the microwave. So obviously I'm not getting it. I have gotten meals before that, I would try to stir up on the stove, whatever, but no, please don't. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. And another thing, this week also, I want you guys, again, look for your angel feathers. Oh yeah, a hot plate. Well, I got a convection oven, but this is really weird. Apparently that must not be good either, because I have a tendency, it's kind of like when I shop, I go to pick something up and all of a sudden I'm like, oh no, I can't get that. But I won't know why until later, much later sometimes. But even with the convection oven, I just kind of put it away. I don't know. It's very, it's frustrating, especially, but you have, it's just amazing to me, with everything that it's almost like it's hard to be healthy. It's hard to be healthy. Okay. So yeah, no microwaves. For those of you that are healers have an X. And I don't know if you'd be able to see it. You guys, sorry, I hate putting my hand up to you, but I have an X. I was gonna draw a map on it or something. See the X? That's my healing X. So when I do healing on somebody, my left hand gets so hot. And the person who I have my hands on is like, oh my gosh, you're burning my skin. I really want you to work on your healing. For those of you that are healers, healers come in all different, because that was something else I want to just touch on really quick. A lot of people do Reiki, and I'm not very familiar with Reiki. I just do it I just do it old-fashioned Jesus. I'm not Jesus old-fashioned. I'm old-fashioned, but Um, because I did have a gentleman in who was going to do offer like free healing for a group that I was holding. And he said, and I'll do it on you first. And I said, oh, good, because I want to see how it's done. And then when I sat down, I always, and you do this, have protection around yourself. Always have protection around yourself. Always. Meaning, I always feel like I talk to my angels and guides like all the time. Oh, yeah, I'm sure people think I'm crazy. Thank goodness for like the things in the ears now. Because now I can actually talk to my divine family and, I pretend I'm on the phone. But it's nice to do that like when you're outside, you're under the sky, under the stars. And it's just, they hear our prayers everywhere all the time. But it's really nice. But, so I sit down and I was like, okay, I just want to call upon, like Archangel Michael and my divine family, to protect me and be around me. And he's like, oh no, I call upon. And he told me like some things that I didn't even understand. I go, whoa, whoa, what? And he said, yeah, this is a different technique. And we call upon, I don't even remember who, but it wasn't my people. And so I go, no, 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 no. I never want somebody to be within me that, no. So just be careful, just always be careful. And remember too, if you can do healing, you can scan the body. Okay. So that's the other thing. So if you have somebody who's doing healing on you, ask them if they can do body scanning, because I'm not playing. Healing is a major thing, you guys. It's a major thing. And I should probably have just like touched on this, but no, with healing, you can hurt someone and someone can hurt you if they don't know what they're doing. I mean, because I think I told everybody about this too, when it was the neatest thing, had this couple find me from a doll that I had in my office, apparently appeared in this girl's dreams. But anyway, she came in and they were bringing their dad. And dad had just he supposedly was cancer free. So they come in and the girl says, I had a dream about the house and the doll. And now I'm meeting you. You were my dream. Awesome. So, but we go in and he sits, I get him seated. And of course, I call upon Jesus, and Jesus guides my hands. I literally hear him telling me where to put my hands. So I'm seeing, though, in his head, I am seeing like a little ball, red ball, which indicates a tumor for my viewing. And I'm getting ready to dive in and make that go away. No, don't touch. Is what I heard. Clear as day, don't touch. So I was like, okay, just tell. So I did. I told him, okay, I'm not going to touch this, because apparently if I did, I could have moved it, you guys. I could have moved it and it could have been a brain aneurysm. So I said, I can't touch you. I can't help you that way. But I can tell you, go back to your physician and ask him to double check. Because there's definitely, they didn't get it all. It's kind of like hiding. So sure enough, you guys, he went to his doctor and he said he didn't care. They was going to say, but now I'm a nurse. And now somebody can say, yeah, this nurse told me. But before, it was my psychic life coach. And he did. He had that tumor. He did. He had that tumor. So he did have a little surgery, got it out, and was cancer free then. But if somebody just is going off of healing from a book or whatever, please be careful, because also when somebody is not well or has a very negative, it's so much stuff. Like, you've got to know, like, what do they believe in? What is their faith? Because remember, that energy is going into you. And that's a lot of people don't take it seriously. They almost take it like it's kind of like a game or like this little disbelief, or I don't understand, but that can affect you. It can make somebody can make you sick if they don't like clean themselves, like you know what I mean, scan their energies. But also, um, you guys, I hate to like kind of end this on the bad stuff, but it is kind of bad stuff. Little Tony, if you guys can go and Google Little Tony and see what happened to him, because I am going to do something on, I would like to do something on dreams. So for anybody, so if you guys could put the word out, if anybody has had dreams where they are being propositioned by, I'm going to even say by the devil, because that's happening a lot. There's a lot of people that are literally, and I used to think this was, if you would have told me this a while ago, I'd be like, okay, you've got to stop watching cartoons. But no, sadly, it's true. There are literally people that have sold their souls because they want wealth, they want fame, and they get everything. And the reason they say is this. The reason they will get like all the good stuff, it's temporary. Because, you know, for us, we're just working hard. Oh, please, God, please just find a break for me, or please help me with this, you know, and I really appreciate you. Thank you. I love you. So we're always calling on God. But when people have all the money in the world, and you got to admit, sometimes people lose themselves. If they weren't born with money, then they're like kind of in another land. But they will never call upon God for help. Never. Because they have everything. But then at the time of death, that's when they're hit. Whereas people like us, it's beautiful. The time of going home, absolutely beautiful. And everyone who has died and gone there and come back, everyone has said, mostly everyone I've seen, everyone that I've seen who's had this experience, they didn't want to come back. They were like done. They're like, no, let me just stay here. Please let me stay here. What do I got to do to stay here? So that is a better option, because that's your soul. Come on, you see our bodies, you know, and we start out as a baby, you go through a really hot phase, you go through like not so hot phase. Do you know what I mean? You know, nothing lasts forever except your soul. Your soul lasts forever. Take care of your soul. So you guys, and then one more thing. Oh, and Little Tony, I just want you to watch it and you'll see. He's he's a kid who was promised the world. And he'll explain it. He explains it very well. Very, very well. And then one more thing. So, ghost in the house. If you have a ghost in the house, I can help you to learn how to live with it. For those of you like, what? Ghosts are everywhere. And I'm going off of my experience, Karen, where the ghost was very nice. And they're helpful, you guys. I have had experiences where, I did, because when I walked into that other dimension with that one nasty ghost. But a lot of times they help you with stuff. They help you with, because I'm going to say that somebody that Karen knows, taking a shower, the dog, big dog, and the door was kind of closed, and the dog wanted to get his blanket and, come back into the bathroom, but he couldn't get the door open. So the ghost pushed the door. And then the dog came out, went downstairs, got his blanket, came back up, and walked through the door. It's kind of neat, you guys. Oh, thank you, Karen. It was really neat. And I got to tell you, too, I mostly, with dealing with ghosts, I'm not going to be like real loud and talking to, I am before I see you, actually. I'm before I go to your property. I do. By then, I know who it is. We've had conversations and we know the outcome. But a lot of times, there's people that have had horrible lives, horrible lives. Oh, yeah, and I should have said, yeah, the bathroom door was shut. Yeah, exactly. The bathroom door was shut, and the poor dog was trying to open it with his big old paws and couldn't get it done. But all of a sudden, the young lady saw the door opening, and also was like, "Well, wait, how did my dog go and get the blanket? You know, the door was closed. I closed the door." But yeah, you guys, it is fun. It is fun. Life is fun. And sometimes for those people who life has not been fun, they don't want to go home. And a lot of them don't trust. A lot of those have trust issues. Yeah, a lot of them do. And one day I will explain one that really hit me the most, hit me the hardest. Like I felt so bad for him and could feel why he was. Because again, this was like a situation. I was called to their house and they were like, they just heard like somebody throwing stuff around upstairs in their attic. So, so I get there and again, I know who it is. I know what's going on. So I say, okay, I'm going to go up there. And it's so funny because the husband was cute. He's like, do you want me to go with you? And I go, no, 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 no. If anything, I need you guys to stay here because he's really hurt. So I did. I went upstairs, clear as day. See, this is another thing too. Sometimes, like if people go with me, the owners go with me, they won't show up. They won't show up. I mean, because yeah, they're just not going to. It's funny because when I did Karen's, I saw him in the closet. And so did Briggs, the dog. Oh, just the dog. So then anyway, yeah. But when I went up to that person's house, in the back, I saw him clear as day, dressed in black, white hat. And this man was of a religion that was very strict, very, very strict. And he was so mad because he did everything he was taught to do. And at the end, when he passes, he saw that no, he lived his life according to somebody's interpretation. And they were, obviously, there's some of these places just ridiculous. They're very controlling. They tell you who you can marry, what you can wear, what you can, and the woman's always like the least. The woman's always the submissive. That's no. But then that's another thing because our souls, everybody has been male and female because you have different lives. That's all. And like for those, yeah, but anyway, I don't want to get into it. But yeah, he was so upset because he was like, oh my gosh, I spent my life doing everything by the book. And I had no fun. I had no life. No life. He had dreams, hopes and dreams as a kid. And they were all gone. All gone. And that's because he wanted to have faith. Just when people are telling you like what to do each and every day, telling you you can't talk to your family, telling you what your sexuality has to be, run. Please, just run. Sometimes a lot of people are just like, oh, well, this person has so many people that watch, and you watch. Get your opinion. That's what counts. All right, you guys. Oh, yeah, Dawn. Yes, definitely. Definitely. You can give her my number. Yeah, you can definitely. Also, I got to say this now. But don't forget birthdays. The birthday, when you get your birthday done in March birthdays, 20% off. You always will get 20% off on your birthday readings. And just this week, I'm hoping everybody's feeling better because I get that this is like major. a lot of people are like really going through psychic changes, and spirit, it's called a spiritual growth spurt. So think about that. And thank you, all of you, for joining me tonight. And for those that are rewatching, thank you so very much. Please subscribe and like. And the thing that I talked about also about like dreams, I'm going to actually do, I am going to do another post on that. Yeah. If you've had any dreams where, because some people have said in their dreams they've actually been shown something to sign, please reach out to me, because I really want to touch on that kind of stuff, because that's really been, a lot of people are talking about it now. All right, you guys and gals, thank you again so much for stopping by. I think the world of you. Remember, be kind. Be kind to yourself too. That goes for you too. All right, love you all.